Hi there, and welcome back to our consumer complaint segment, F YouTube. Yep, back for a 4th year. That's a real testament to how ineffective our first 3 years were. And our first F YouTuber for this year is David.
Hey, check out. Love the show.
Thanks, David.
But my wife hates it.
And they say the ABC's not balanced. Anyway, David noticed some changes in the freezer that he bought a few years back.
I'm worried that it's confused about its identity. All this beeping. I think he thinks he's a microwave.
Well, look, David, maybe your freezer's just transitioning and it's important to be supportive at what can be a very challenging time. Or maybe it's just a shit freezer. Anyway, David contacted the store where he got the freezer and said... But they said he should... away and contact the manufacturer, Miele, about the problem. When David queried that, they even claimed that Harvey Norman was not really the seller of the freezer.
I don't think that's correct. Is it?
You're right, David. Denying the store is the seller sounds like Harvey Norman made...
A complete Miele, yes, Miele.
...of it. The store where you buy goods is responsible for defects as well as manufacturers, even though the rules are a little different for purchases like yours from the BC era. That's before the consumer law started in January 2011. Sometimes it can be more efficient to go direct to the manufacturer, but stores shouldn't refuse to deal with a problem by palming you off to them. In the consumer law era, it's illegal to mislead someone about the consumer guarantees and your statutory rights. But you need to be aware of your rights, like David was, because staff in stores may not be. Indeed, a federal court order in January this year was the 10th time that a Harvey Norman franchisee has been fined for making misleading statements about consumer guarantees. Things like,
We do not do refunds or replacements. It's not in our terms or conditions. I can't give you your money back. All I can offer is an exchange or credit. It's not up to Harvey Norman to replace your laptop. Since it is still covered by the manufacturer's warranty, we can't help you.
You want me, Harvey?
which is nearly enough for their own series of Law and Order. So it's a real problem. In fact, you could say...
It's Harvey Normus!
Of course, the problem's not just with Harvey Norman. It's not always intentional, and those fines do date back to incidents in 2012 or before. But David's recent experience shows that it can still happen. So there you go, David. I hope you're happy with that response.
Yep, I am. But my wife hates it!
Still, at the moment, it's probably better having a
Harvey Normus!
problem than being
Dick Smith
around. All 393 Dick Smith stores are closing forever soon. So this is one of those times when contacting the manufacturer about product defects may be a better option. But the Dick Smith receivers have set up a consumer hotline which you can call to answer questions about things like faulty products or extended warranties. The hotline will operate for a year after stores close, and you can find it by Googling Dick Hotline, I hope. The receivers have said that refunds will be given under the consumer law, but for anyone who got a Dick Smith gift card for Christmas, it really was the thought that counted. Because on the 4th of January, Dick Smith stopped accepting gift cards. So you can understand the anger of mums like Kathy and Bernadette, not to mention their sons. Losing credit when a store goes bust is just one of the pitfalls of gift cards for consumers. You can see our full story on this issue at thecheckout.tv or on iView now. Even though you buy a physical card in the store, gift cards aren't goods. They're classified as financial services, and unfortunately, the consumer law guarantees don't apply to them. That's especially bad news for people with unusually valuable gift cards. People like Ebony.
My sister for Christmas decided to buy me a new Samsung phone. I returned the phone to Dick Smith. Dick Smith then said that because it was a change of mind policy, that I would have to accept gift cards. So I've got $769 worth of Dick Smith gift vouchers.
And she got the cards just 3 days before Dick Smith went into receivership. Poor Ebony. Literally.
Is there anything I can do?
Well, Ebony, Dick Smith gift card holders can register as unsecured creditors. And MoneySmart says that that will result in you getting
A full refund, a partial refund, or no refund at all.
which is either fully, partially, or not at all good news. But you might remember earlier on, before the year 2000 actually, we mentioned
Something called a chargeback.
if a credit card was used for the purchase, you might be able to get your money back from the card provider. it should still be possible to claim a Visa chargeback for Dick Smith gift cards until early May 2016, even longer for MasterCard. Did your sister use a credit card, Ebony?
No, it was a debit card.
Bugger. Chargebacks aren't available for debit cards. And it was okay for Dick Smith to offer Ebony gift cards instead of a refund for her change of mind. But
Attention shoppers!
if you get a refund under the consumer law, that's when there's a problem with goods or services, your refund has to match the way you originally paid. So unless you paid with a gift card, don't accept a gift card instead of a proper refund to avoid being Dick Smith around. And that goes for minor failures as well as major ones. If you bought a Dick Smith gift card from another retailer like Coles or Woolies, some will swap them for their own brand of gift card. Although, as Winnie discovered, conditions apply. But cheer up, Winnie. Kogan will swap any Dick Smith gift card for a $25 Kogan card. So thanks to Kogan, your $3,600 in Dick Smith gift cards can still buy you a happy crying face pillow, or a pig head, or an angry baby mask, or a crybaby, or a horror head. Good night.